Yay, hello. Welcome, everybody. Hi, thank you for joining. Doing some fun reading sprints on this Sunday, and I'm really excited because I'm joined by some wonderful people. So I'll kick us off with intros. Hi, I'm Monica. I use she, her pronouns, and I am excited to be reading today. I am reading The House in the Cerulean Sea, which everyone loves, and I am a third of the way through, and I'm understanding why. Red, do you want to go next?
Sure. I'm Red. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm currently reading.
Oh, I think you're muted.
Am I muted?
Okay.
Can you not hear me?
Oh, no, you're fine. Sorry. My computer's just slow.
Oh my gosh, okay. I was like, it says it's on. Okay, but yeah, I'm reading Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. I've only got about 200 pages left. So if I finish this during the sprints, then I'm going to switch over to House of Leaves.
I'm so excited you're reading that.
I'm so close to finishing. Blake says I'm about to hit like what did he call it? The Sanderlanche, where I guess it's like you get right in his books and then you just cannot stop reading.
I'm familiar. Saniya?
I'm Saniya. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm reading The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. It's going to be on my phone today because I don't physical books anymore despite all of this.
Smart.
Michelle?
Hi, I'm Michelle. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm going to try to finish One Last Stop by Casey McKiston.
How are you liking it?
It's so good. It's like super. I finally got into it. Like I started this book like a couple times, and then I just kept doing other things, and then I finally got to the point of like, oh, it's so interesting, and then I kept going because like every time I just felt like I had to start from the beginning again, just because like Casey McKiston books have to be like an experience. So like if I put it down, I have to start it again from the beginning. So I just read the beginning like 10 times. It's so good. Like, yeah. I also got this sandwich recently that is very similar to a sandwich that's in this book, and it sounds so good. And then when I tried it, it was so amazing. And yeah,
special.
like an experience. You have to eat the sandwich while you read this book. It's so good.
I'll keep that in mind. I'll have everyone's link in the description. You should go follow them and check them out because they are all lovely people. Checking out what all of you guys are reading. Got The Midnight Library.
Ooh, that's
Red
good.
and I read that one, right?
Yeah.
Am I thinking? Yeah, that is the right book.
I think I read
liked that one. Oh wait, no, Red read that one. I get it confused with that other library book we read. I forget what it's called.
I know. What is it? The
Library of the Unwritten.
Yeah, that's the one I was trying to think of because we read that one back like last summer.
Yeah, I do want to read The Midnight Library. That sounds very good.
I read Midnight Library
Got
last
6
month.
Ooh, prepping for the show.
Getting ready. Also, Rule of Wolves, which is just gonna destroy me. Middlemarch. All exciting. Ooh, someone's reading The Power. I love The Power,
great.
but I don't really want to reread it because I'm like curious to see if I would still love it.
Ooh, I want to reread it too.
Yeah.
It's a good
I just
idea.
like wonder because I think like I was earlier in my like feminist journey. Like I thought I was like super like advanced, but I like in retrospect I think it's pretty early. So like I'd be interested to go back and read that one and see like what I actually think of it.
It's been a while for me too, so it would be very interesting to revisit for sure.
Yeah. Amazing. Hi, Lily. How have your weekends been so far?
This has been an interesting weekend. I had family friends from Texas come up, so I had to give them a tour of the city. And today they wanted to meet my brother's cat. He dropped her off up here because my dad's allergic, but they're like, we want to see the cat. So I have to drive the cat downtown today. That's my
Oh my
weekend.
That sounds so
Amazing.
cute.
Oh my gosh, someone's reading Song of Achilles.
I was just about to point that out
God. That makes me think of Laura Olympus, and I just get so excited.
Oh my gosh,
I
that
still
TV
need to
show.
start Laura Olympus.
I think of Laura Olympus.
All right, well, I guess we could kick off our first reading sprint chunk of time. We'll read for the next like 20 minutes, and then we'll be back to discuss where we're at and everything. So if you have your book, you could get it, and we'll read it.
So excited.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Hello. It is now 4:30. Read for about 20 minutes. Got to a good stopping point, so I paused a minute earlier. But I'm loving it. How's everyone's book going?
Good.
Pretty good. I did not realize time flew that fast.
I know, right? Every time I do any sort of reading sprint, I'm always just like, oh wow, time just goes so quickly.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Red, how is Warbreaker going? I'm like so interested in when you hit it.
It's good. Everybody's kind of miserable at the moment, but it's good.
Fair.
I'm like, I don't know if any of you guys use Bookly, but like Blake from Blake Book Eater got me on Bookly, so I'm trying to be more like avid about using it while I read. But no, I'm like, I want to talk about it, but I'm like, I can't do it without spoiling it either, so we'll talk about it later.
Hey, Abby, 4:30 a.m.
Oh my god.
Abby, go to bed.
Go to bed, Abby.
Also, Chanel, I'm reading The House in the Cerulean Sea. It's very good so far. And yes, Abby, oh my gosh.
Go to bed.
Oh my god, go to bed.
I love that. How's everyone else's reading going?
I just met like a character that I really like. As a
Really?
new character that like I didn't know about. Well, you kind of see them in passing, but then you like meet them, and it's like awesome. I love this character so much.
Are her books like you know how like some contemporaries all sort of take place in the same universe and so they reference? Does that happen at all?
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm too early in it to know, but I don't think she does that.
No, because it's set in New York, and if this were true, Alex and Henry would be in a brownstone in Brooklyn. So,
Wouldn't that be
that's true.
amazing?
They would be in Brooklyn right now.
Oh my gosh. Lily, I feel like, do they have it in Australia yet? House in the Cerulean Sea? Hopefully they, or no, Italy. In Italy yet.
Yeah.
oh yeah. Oh my god, how is the Italian learning going? It's been a long ass time for me. I haven't practiced my Italian in so long. I'm so jealous just Lily right now.
I
Just finished.
I started Italian in college, and then I dropped it after 1 week. I was like, this is too hard.
Yeah, I chose French, and like my mind can't really wrap my head around multiple romantic languages.
Yep. I was in like intermediate college French. Like I didn't need to take language in college, but I wanted to study abroad. So I was like, I'm gonna take French. And I was in like 3 different things of French. And then I was like, my major was like, take Italian and you have to take German. And I was like, nope, this isn't working. Not coming here 4 times a day and an audio lab. Like
yeah, I just like speak Italian in French, like in a French accent. No, gotta go.
I took several years of Spanish, and I could read it and I could write it and I could pronounce it if I was reading it off of something, but could not like converse. I am very much like a visual learner, so like that was hard for me. But for my degree, I had to take like all of one language, and I ended up actually getting into ASL because it's a visual language and did so
Oh yeah. I've been trying to learn. It's difficult. I mean, ASL, I know I like if I sit there and I'm like I try to pick out how many signs I know a surprising amount for not having taken any formal classes, but also I cannot hold a conversation for the life of me. So I don't know anything.
So cool to learn.
I couldn't hold a conversation when I was learning Spanish, but I at least have like somewhat conversational ASL. I'm not fluent, but like I get by.
Yeah.
My cousin taught her baby sign language, and it was the most amazing thing because the reason why a lot of babies cry is because they can't communicate their needs to their parent. And when you use sign language, you can communicate your needs. So like my baby cousins were like really communicative, and like I know some words because of like this means water and like stuff like that they would do, so I'd like know when they need water and like stuff like that. It was so cool like to see. And like I used to communicate with my baby cousins since they were like less like 1 year old. It was like the most wildest thing to do. I was so impressed that she did that. It takes so much patience. Like
that's exactly what I do. If I do have kids one day, like that's exactly what I do. I was talking to somebody else about that the other day because they were like, yeah, we can tell that she's trying to communicate, but you know, she can't verbally yet. And I'm like, have you ever thought of baby sign? You know, it's
so smart. It's brilliant.
Chanel, you're learning German or relearning German. I agree with Lily. Learning German is for people who have 200 plus IQ.
I started taking Portuguese at the beginning of quarantine last year, and I got super into it, and then I dropped off. So I want to like get back into it, but it's fun when you do it on Duolingo because it makes it like a game.
Yeah.
So it, like, and then it like keeps you like engaged. So then it releases, it like taps into that like gaming brain of mine, and then it's like I need to beat the owl guy, and like I need to like catch up.
100%, yes, because I've gotten so obsessed with Duolingo. I'm so fucking competitive. It's unnecessary. I have like 4 to 6 languages that I'm learning at a specific point in time. Right now, I've got Italian, Welsh, Arabic, and Hawaiian, but I haven't touched Hawaiian in a hot minute. But like those 3, I kind of just like toggle between. And
Hawaiian's fun.
Yeah, if someone beats me on that weekly score thing, I get so angry,
so upset by that thing. I was so competitive on that scoreboard. I had to be in the top. Like
my thing right now is like I just want to one time reach the like first place in the Diamond League, and then I won't give a shit, right? Because it's like I want that score. I want those fucking little tokens so I can
gems.
This sounds very stressful.
It is very.
But also, I've not allowed myself to get into it because I know that I would be exactly the same.
Oh my god, it's so. Some of the ones are funny though, like when they try to teach you flirting. Like it's so funny, like the flirting. Oh my god, I love it because like the reason why I started Portuguese on Duolingo is because I was talking to this girl who like was Portuguese and she was trying to learn English, and so I was like, we wanted to like do a voice call, and I was like, dude, I need to brush up on my Portuguese. I don't know any. I started learning it, and then I was like immediately went to the flirting one, and I was like, I don't know any of these contexts, but I'm gonna memorize these phrases.
Yes, necessary.
Oh my god, no, right? Okay, I'm glad.
I was just gonna say, I remember one of my favorite French classes was like this day my professor walked in and he was like, okay, today we're gonna learn how to curse each other out. And it was just like, we're learning how to yell at each other. It's like, this is great. I'll remember all of this.
That's what my Korean friends in high school taught me, was how to swear in Korean, and then I used to teach them how to swear in Japanese. That was our transactional thing, so we could like swear at the teachers in our respective languages, and they wouldn't know what we were swearing.
I mean, that's the important stuff.
Yeah,
it's like growing up. My
American school in Asia.
My family would not teach me Italian growing up, right? Because less and less of my family members were using it. But the one thing I did learn at a very young age, before I even learned to do this in English, was how to cuss in Italian. Like that was like the first and one of the only things that I actually learned from my Italian family.
Oh my god!
You're Swedish and want to learn German or want to learn German, but
grammar. That's what I was reading.
It's stressful. I feel like every language is a lot
because of the grammar.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I have issues when I'm like writing sentences where, because in Japan like the subject and verb is like often switched, and like how we create a sentence, then it's like the opposite of America. So sometimes I have to like think a sentence like for like so long just to think like, wait, is this active or passive? just like gets super confusing in my head because then I like think in Japanese grammar and it's just like so confusing. I can't even think like with German grammar. It's just like wow, my brain would be like like it's hard. Dutch. Oh my gosh. I really want to learn Korean though, but I feel like the Hangul is like so hard to me. I just like it's just like circles and I'm like, how?
Hangul is like the main stepping stone, I feel like. 'Cause once you have that down, I mean, not that everything comes from that, but like
Yeah.
I know people who like learned Korean by not learning, like they just learned like the romanization and like that was a rough time for them.
I feel like that's too hard. Like I wouldn't be able to do that. It's too confusing.
Yeah.
The Duolingo for Korean is all Hangul, so you have to like literally it's like memorization and they like tell you how to say it and stuff. So it's like I tried that way, but it's
I have
hard.
a learn Korean with BTS kit that I got.
Oh my god, so smart.
It's so cute though. I was like, I don't know
that.
if I need this fully, but like I love it. It's amazing.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna look that up.
All right. Well, it is 4:40, so we could do another. Do you want to do another 15 minutes?
That works.
We'll come back at 4:40, 4:55. All right. And it is 4:55. That flew by so fast. Oh, Michelle, I think you're muted. I think you were saying something.
I just finished my chapter.
Yeah.
It was like perfect timing. It went by so fast.
That did go by.
That was like no time at all.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Oh, how are you guys feeling about your books? This one is hilarious. I've been laughing quite a bit.
Oh my god, me too. I was like screaming.
Like Kristen's books really hook you in. Like I remember I was obsessed with like I'd wake up dreaming about the characters in like a way, but definitely dream about, and like that rarely happens. That rarely happens where I like dream about fiction. I never do.
Yeah.
That was wild. I was like, okay, this is like a whole obsession for me now. Okay.
Yeah, Red, White, and Royal Blue was my favorite. Like, it's one of my favorite books of all time. So, yeah, I just love the way she writes, and like, I've read that book like 5 times.
Yeah.
Good. It's like I just love like the style, like her style of voice. This one's really different. Like the voice is so different from Red, White, and Royal Blue, but it's like it's good. It's just different, like, but in a good way.
Yeah, once you get into like the
it's just different. It's the same like versus like it was very different because it was
you start to see the parallels once you get into like the meat of the relationship, so to speak, and like you're like, okay, same author.
Yeah, a lot of like the quippy like jokes and like the funny acerbic humor is like there, which is like my like I like that, and I like trust her so much as like a writer that I just know that it'll like be good overall. So my sausage.
Yeah.
And yes, Chanel, I watch my shows on Viki with Learn Korean, like the learning mode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for the new show that's coming out on Viki. God, what is it called? It's the vampire one.
Oh yes, that looks so good. I want to watch that so bad.
I was like, yes, everything.
Oh my
it's
god,
like set in high school. It's like high school vampires. I don't really know much else outside of that. I keep getting
I was in. I was like, high school, yes. Vampires, yes. I'm in. I'm excited when like Asian shows do that type of like show. So I'm excited because they know how to do horror and like they know how to do teen shows. Like I feel like I prefer like K-drama teen shows to like any American teen show. It's like because it's like I like that because it's like if you're gonna be unrealistic, be like K-drama unrealistic, not like Riverdale unrealistic. Like all of the like someone dies and then literally at the funeral the entire cheerleading squad has black versions of their cheerleading uniform. Like how is that normal? Like that's not realistic to me. Oh, I don't like
it. Again? It's called like The Sweet Blood or something like that.
Yes.
I think so. I just wanted to say it in case anyone was interested.
Yes,
I found that like my favorite K-dramas are like the ones that deal with some sort of like gothic content.
Oh my God.
Like from the set design to the actual story, and I live for it. And then but it always puts me in like a show slump after because I just want to like stay in it.
The thing is, you just keep watching other K-dramas. That's how you don't get into a slump. You just, there was like a certain point in time where I literally just only watched like K-dramas back to back and not anything else for like months. Because I was like, I can't watch anything else. Because if I tried to watch American TV, like I literally couldn't watch anything. Like nothing would keep my attention. So I was like, well, gotta go back to Korean.
And it is called The Sweet Blood, by the way.
Yes, I was like trying to like.
This is real. In Riverdale, everyone looks like they're almost 30.
Yeah,
aren't they?
They might be 30, but they still look 16.
There's like a time jump, I think, where like I remember someone
in Riverdale.
Clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, in
I know there
Riverdale,
was
this last
in
season,
Pretty
there's a
Little Liars.
girl,
This
like,
one they're doing a time jump. Like, didn't they decide to like? It was. I thought there was like a meme on Twitter where it was like Archie's in the army on.
he is.
on
It's not
the
even a joke. He
football
like fully
field,
fought a
and then
fought a
it's
battle.
like 5 years later. And I was just like, what?
That's wild.
I'm pretty sure it's true that Archie went to war on his.
I think he
football
went to
field.
war. I'm pretty sure he went to war, which is like,
Oh yeah.
Jughead's an author, I think. I don't know what the fuck Betty is doing. I just know Kevin the twink. He's getting married, and Cheryl. Oh my god, so many spoilers. But Cheryl's girlfriend is the surrogate, or not the surrogate, but I think it's a throuple now. Like what?
wow.
Throuple representation on fucking
Betty
Riverdale.
is CIA. What?
Wasn't that the
Betty's
exact?
in the CIA? How is Betty in the CIA? Her parent is a like serial murderer.
That's wild. Also, Chanel, I agree. I think they do a much better job of like styling actors in Korean dramas. Like, I still remember when I found out that I forget what his name was in True Beauty, and I was like, this man is 30.
Dude, yes. Oh my god, I remember. I was like, wait, we're like close.
Not my elders.
What? I don't have to feel weird about thinking that he's attractive.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, and I stand by. Like, have any of you guys watched It's Okay to Not Be Okay?
I watched the
No.
first 3 episodes,
Because
and I really like it.
the
Reagan's watching that though.
Yeah, I
the
took a break.
lead's outfits, like her dresses,
It's amazing.
are like unparalleled. Like,
Oh my gosh.
I can't deal with her fashion in it because it's like some of my favorite fashion that I've just ever seen in my life.
Best K-drama fashion, EU on Hotel Del Luna.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Her sitting on that throne in her house. Amazing. I can't.
She made me like want to up my earring game in that show. I was
So-
like, I need some fancy earrings.
She's amazing. I also I went to London and went to Sketch London like before I started watching that show, and I found out that one of the rooms looks literally like Hotel Del Luna inside the Glades room, and I was like, I need to now go back to London, make an appointment, sit in there, take pictures, dress up like her, and like wear like extra outfits. We'll go and then
wanted to go there so bad for tea, but it was so expensive, and especially because it was when Reagan and I went to London, and we were like, oh, let's do it, and then because it was during Christmas time, it was like even more expensive because like apparently they go all out during Christmas. Like they bring in hired actors. It's like they recreate a Christmas Carol.
That's
so it was like
crazy. They recreate a Christmas Carol.
It was like, or something like that. It was something wild, and so it was like over $100 for like tea. I was like, no,
so overpriced. That's what they don't tell you when everybody's parading around at Sketch on YouTube, is that it is so expensive, and literally the portions are so tiny. Like Jessie, Momo, and I went together, the 3 of us, and then Emma like couldn't come, so like we went, and like we were looking at the menu and we're like, dude, this is so expensive. So we like I think we split a wine between the 3 of us, and then Momo got like the steak, and it was like this small, and it was so expensive. And then I got something that was like super expensive, and then Jessie got like 3 different sides, which was like the smartest way to go because the sides are cheap and they're actually like kind of well portioned. They're like the same portion as like a main meal, and then you can actually eat. So if you ever go to Sketch, definitely go for tea, not dinner, because dinner is so expensive. And if you're gonna go for dinner, order sides. Seriously,
that is good to know. Good advice.
Good to know.
Yeah. And the bathroom's super fun, and there's a bar in the bathroom. So like
the bathroom looks amazing.
In the bathroom at the bar inside, it's so fun. And there's like little like people like attendants who will like hand you a towel and stuff. It's so
I would hope so.
I don't know if I'm comfortable with someone hearing me poop and then handing me a towel, you know?
Oh, well, you're in a little egg, so no one can hear you when you're in it.
Oh, okay.
It's so awesome.
It's
like you look like you're in you look like you're in an alien egg pod.
It just looks so cool.
It's so odd.
Oh my gosh, that reminds me of like when I went to Japan with my friend Paloma. I made her go to a maid cafe with me.
Oh my god, yeah.
And I was like, we gotta go.
I love it.
It was the worst food I've ever had. I don't know, we were starving, so like I don't know why we decided to like actually try and eat a meal there instead of just getting dessert like rational people would. We were so hungry. So
it's a dessert place.
We got like real food, and it was just like I still think about how like expensive but also horrible that food was. And also just like because she had no concept of what a maid cafe was.
Right.
Horror on her face.
I have the best maid cafe suggestion as someone who grew up in Japan, and we used to like literally troll our friends with this maid cafe. But I found out about it through a girlfriend of mine. She used to bring all of her college friends home, like to Japan for like the holidays, and she would take them to this place called the Flying Dutchman, which is a maid cafe in Akihabara. And basically, like she would tell them that you order the hotcakes, which is their like top item there. It's really good. So like what they do is like you order hotcakes, and the other like the maid will have like hotcakes too. And then she'll tell her friend, like, the hotcakes here are so tasty, you have to savor them. Like, don't rush eating them, right? So then, like, they'll start eating, and then suddenly, like, this maid who sits in front of them starts scarfing down their pancakes, like, really fast. And then she'll finish her pancake, and then she slaps the other person with their pancake that they haven't finished. Because it's actually a race to eat pancakes the fastest, and whoever finishes fastest gets to slap the other person with a pancake. So she was telling her friends to eat the pancake slow so they would get slapped with a pancake by a maid. It was the funniest gag that we used to do. That's horrible, but it was so funny, and they would just like look so confused when this girl would start like eating fast, and then she would just be like, I don't know, they're weird. Don't worry about it. And they'd be like, what? And they're like, is this part of it? Yeah, it's part of it. Don't worry about it. And like, then they get slapped, and it'd just be the best thing ever. Anyway, if you're gonna go to a maid cafe, it should be interactive.
I agree.
Yeah, it's called the Flying Dutchman. So if you're
noted,
go there. It's funny. Yeah, I literally Googled it and like sent the link to my friends anyone who asks me, like, especially most of the time I'll tell them, but if it's just like some random dude who's like, what's a good maid cafe to go to? I'll tell them to go, and then I'll be like, get the hotcakes. And I won't tell them why. Yeah, it's really fun. It's
That's amazing. I'm gonna remember that.
Yeah,
use that.
If people just tell you where to go, like ask you, like, is there somewhere to go in Japan? Just tell them to go there and then get the hotcake.
Get the hotcake.
And like see if they actually go. It's like super fun. It's a great way to tell people actually use your advice too.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's just fun. Actually, the hotcakes are really good there, though. You just have to eat them fast if you don't want to get slapped.
Amazing.
Oh my God.
I'm actually about to watch Minari with my family. So everyone, good thoughts for me. I'm gonna be sobbing in like probably 2 hours.
Oh my God, that's so exciting. I need to watch that with my mama.
Yeah. But thank you everybody for joining us. Once again, I will have links to everyone in the description box below, and you should check out all these lovely people because they're the best. But I hope you guys had fun reading with us.
Oh God, I gotta pull up the photo. Hold on. Where's the photo? Okay, there we go.
Yay! All right. Have a good day, everyone.
Bye. Have a great Sunday.
Bye.